Well, I got quite a bit done today. I got this one running, new carburetor in it. I tried cleaning it the first time, but it wouldn't clean. So let's try this again and see if it'll start. Yeah, that sounds good. And then this one, I had to clean the carburetor. And we'll try this one too. A bit of oil. Well, he gave it to me because it was not running, but it burns a bit of oil. Of course, I had it down on a downhill. Maybe I should check to see if it's overfilled on oil. I'll get a towel and we'll wipe that off. So that one's kind of interesting. I don't know exactly what, maybe I misunderstood the customer, but I went and picked that one up, and he said that he bought that last year. At least that's what I thought he said. So he said he let it sit out over the winter. So he acknowledged that there was bad gas. So I just figured it would be that jellyfish degradation in the carburetor. If you've never seen it, what happens is over the winter, that oil will or that gas will collect water, and it will turn into like a jellyfish substance. Kind of gooey, and you can clean that out pretty easy. No, it's not over full. Sometimes you can just use seafoam. So that's what I did. I initially used seafoam just to see if I could get it to clear up. Had water in the tank, which is pretty typical for a lawnmower that sat over the winter, because humidity. In the winter time, what happens if it sits out in the sun, the tank will collect condensation, and then as it cools off, that condensation drips down in the water. The alcohol soaks it up. Eventually the alcohol gets saturated, and then it just falls to the bottom. The water does. So it was running pretty good. After I got the water out of it, I drained the carb, running pretty good, but it was still kind of hiccuping a little bit. So I put seafoam in it, thinking, okay, we'll just get that jellyfish substance out of there, and tomorrow it'll run great. So this morning I got out here, it started and died, started and died, and then it just wouldn't start anymore. So I sprayed carburetor cleaner in it and started right up and died. So I knew it was still a carb issue. So I thought, well, I'm just not going to mess with it anymore. I'm just going to clean the carburetor. And I popped that open, and it was again, if you've never messed with a carburetor, if it sits with that ethanol for a year, you get that jellyfish substance, and it's gooey. That's all it is. But if it sits for an extended period of time, 2, 3, 4 years, it gets this rust color. Now, everybody's going to say it's rust. It's not rust. It just oxidizes the same color as rust. What it is that ethanol crystallizes in the carburetor. And it's white initially. So let's say the first year or two, it crystallizes, it turns white. Well, after that, it starts to turn orange or rust color. And then it starts degrading the carburetor bowl. It starts to remove the little coating that it has on the bowl. So now it's just, you know, aluminum, that's all it is. So there's nothing protecting it. Which means now that it's gone, it will crystallize even faster. So this thing's been sitting for a very long time. So I didn't understand how this happened. He said he bought it just last year. So if he bought it last year, there's no way that could have crystallized that fast. I assumed that meant he also used it last year, but the degradation of this gasoline was years. So I checked the serial number on the lawnmower, and it comes from 2021. So it's at least, what, 5 years old. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe he confused lawnmowers. Maybe he's got another one sitting back there that he's misplaced, or I don't know. But no, that one's it was in bad shape. But as you saw, it's running. But he didn't say anything about the oil. But with it being so old, it's quite possible that he hasn't changed the oil in it. So, and this one, the bolt stretched. So we have a PTO. Let's see, you can't see it. We have a PTO here, and this is an electric PTO. So when you click on the button on your lawnmower, the electric hits a magnet, closes it, and it starts spinning your deck belt. And it's held in with a bolt. Well, this bolt has literally pulled itself out. You can feel it. I know you probably can't see it. It's hard to see, but it has removed a lot of these threads, you know, some of the thickness of the threads down here at the bottom. And there was so much material that was removed when it pulled itself out. Remember, that's a magnet. So this is now magnetized. You can get it to stick to metal. And so the metal shavings from those threads were sticking up there. So it just pulled itself out. I mean, bolts do that after a while. This is 14 years old. It heat cycles, all, you know, hot, because it's right underneath the engine, right next to the muffler. It gets hot, cools off, hot, cools off. Over time, it just stretches. So fortunately, though, the bolt did stay. It kept a little bit of piece of the bolt inside, and it held on, so we didn't lose the PTO. He said it vibrated violently, but the PTO is still good. I tested it electrically. It still works electrically. That magnet is clamping. And then it is turning. So that's good. So there's no damage to it, which is very good, because to buy the original OEM one, $700. To buy an aftermarket, it's $125. So that's expensive. But if it was beating itself up against the crankshaft because that bolt had let go, then I mean, there was possibility it would have damaged it. But we made it. So what else going on today? There's not much. The guy with the John Deere, he said he'll be here Saturday. So that works. I'm waiting on the carburetor for that push mower. We'll get the carburetor, and then not a carburetor, air filter. I need an air filter for that. So we'll get an air filter for that. We'll put it on. That's tomorrow. Then I'll take that back. And then Friday, this will be done. We can get that back. And then we're back to waiting for customers. It's going to rain all week. It's supposed to rain again tonight. Rained this morning. Rained last night. So the grass is going to grow. Hopefully I can get it cut Sunday, because it's already needing it. And So this here, it lifts up. I've showed that before. And when the mower deck finally clears the truck or the tailgate, I want to fall down. So I designed it so this will fall down. That way it's just pulling the lawnmower straight in. Whereas when you're wanting to get it over the tailgate, I have that lifted up, so it literally takes the front wheels off of the tailgate. That way the deck never gets jammed up on this. Well, I made a mistake when I built it. Let me put this away, I don't want to lose this. These boards right here, I really should have extended all the way out to here. So I've been trying to fix my mistake. Now over here, I put this on, that metal piece, and it has worked fine. Never had a problem with it. So I thought, oh, I'll do it to the other side also. So I went and bought another one of these, and it broke as you saw just a few seconds ago. So we went ahead and adjusted our, I think a commenter actually said this at one point, but Carolyn said, let's go ahead and, she's actually the one who suggested it today. I forgot about it. So we attached this board here. Now this is not pressure treated, so it will rot away. But over the last few years, that's fine. And so now it shouldn't break off. I've got a lot of screws running down there, and that way it can fall down and I don't have to worry about it breaking. So let's hope that works. So little modification to it, that's all that is. So I'm going to jump off of here. So if you'll click up the up next box to take the video over to my other channel, I'd really appreciate it. Go check it out. So I hope I inspire you. I don't know, keep busy so you can live your dreams. Thanks for watching.